I know my ride.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I've got another boot for you guys. So this is the LA Police Gear Sector 8-inch side zip waterproof. God, that's a mouthful. Boot. This is a duty boot, tactical boot, whatever you want to call it. First, let's get into the materials and we'll talk a little bit more about this. I'll first talk about the pros and then I will get into the cons of this boot. Now, there's very little cons, just so you know right off the bat. It's mostly pros. Overall, I think this is a great boot. If by the end of this video you want to pick yourself up a pair, there will be a link down below in the description. Please use that link. It does help me out just a little bit. You get a boot, I get a little bit of help, and it's very, very much appreciated because the struggle is real with YouTube. All right, anyways, let's get into the boot. So you've got a full leather toe. This is going to keep the boot from peeling and cracking and lasting a lot longer. You also have a combination of nylon here, and this is the waterproof version. So you are going to get some waterproofing with this, but I will get more into that later. You have these strong metal loops here to help the laces and keep them from rubbing into the boot. Usually makes the boots last a lot longer. Yeah, these things don't even look like they've been worn, but I've actually worn these a lot. Now you can tell they've been worn. Didn't clean the bottom very well, but the tops look great. That's all that matters, right? So tread on the bottom, nice rubber compound, very, very grippy in terrain and everything like that. There's something with the tread that I don't like, which I'll get into later, but overall, great tread, very grippy. Now, something I love about this boot. For an 8-inch side zip boot, this thing is 1.4 pounds per boot. All right, this is the size 9, so obviously it's gonna get a little bit heavier as you go up and a little bit lighter as you go down, but 1.4 pounds is a very light boot. It feels very light on the foot. Next, it's gonna be the sole. All right, so they have an anti-fatigue sole in this thing and it's just magic. All right, it feels very, very comfortable right off the bat, right when you put the boot on. There's a very little break-in period, one shift. All right, so you wear this for one shift, they're gonna be broken in, nice and comfy, and still holding that comfort. Obviously, I don't have a long-term review. I obviously will come back and do a long-term review after I've worn these probably for a year or so and just give you guys an update on how they've held up over time. So far, I'm loving this boot. So on the thought of comfort, what I think is interesting about this boot is that when I go to, say run or something, and I'm just walking, actually, when I notice when I'm just walking. As I walk, I feel like it almost has like a nice spring to it. So it's actually kind of feels like it's springing me forward a little bit, which I like. Makes me feel like I got a little bit of boost going on. But I really like that about the boot. I don't know what they have in there. There's nothing that they mention that's fancy about it, just I guess the way it's constructed. But it gives that nice little like cushy, kind of boosty, bouncy feeling about them, if that's the proper technical term. But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And for this being a waterproof version, it's actually very breathable. My feet aren't getting sweaty in there. I hate boots that like just make your feet sweat. I've had a waterproof boot before and my feet got really sweaty in those boots and it just wasn't comfortable and I did not enjoy it. Obviously it is cooler out right now. My feet aren't freezing either. So it kind of balances out very nicely to where, I'm not getting too hot of a foot and I'm not freezing. I did take these boots into some cold water and my feet were nice and warm until a certain point. Another nice feature is the side zip. Listen, if you're gonna get 8-inch boots, get side zip, do yourself a favor. It is so nice. You set it and forget it, right? So all you have to do is take this off. Got a nice solid zipper there. It is a YKK zipper. It is thick, seems very durable, very strong. Looks like it's gonna hold up to the test of time. And then it just sits right behind that little strap there. So it's hidden away and out of the way. So very, very nice. You've got the LA Police Gear logo out on the back here. You got a nice little tug strap there to help you get them on, which I find actually I need almost all the time because I like to wear my boots pretty snug. And so I use that little back strap to help me get them on. What else is good about this boot? If you work for a department which requires you to have a black boot that you can polish, all right? So they require you to polish your boots. This is a great boot for you because you can polish this toe. It's a polishable toe. And I think that's about it for all the pros. I mean, oh wait, it costs 80 bucks. It's only 80 bucks for these pair of boots. That's a pretty good deal when you look at all these other brands out there, the higher end brands, over $100 to $200. I bought a pair of Solomons, which Solomons are great, but those are like 200 bucks, man. And for a cop salary, yeah, boots are important, but if you can get them for 80 bucks, this comfortable, you might want to try these out. So although there are tons of pros about this boot, let's get into the cons. Let's start off with the sole. Now, although sole is great, it's grippy and everything, for the most part. I did notice when I went into certain buildings that had slick floors, if the floor was wet or something, these slipped very easily. So a good suggestion for these boots is to put a little bit more anti-slip on them. That way you're not slipping all over the place. Just to get a little bit of extra, I think that should be something that should be added to this boot. But overall, it's a great sole and works great in all other environments. Just be careful on slippery floors, which you should be anyways, but just a little something. Like I said, the pros greatly outweigh the cons. This is just something I'm just being a little nitpicky at. Now, a big thing about this boot, as I was excited about, was the waterproofing. Now, although it is waterproof, it isn't fully waterproof. I would call it more on the lines of probably water resistant, because I submerged these in water and it got in. Typically when you have a waterproof boot and you see this right here, this usually means that it's waterproof pretty much up to here, right? Because that's, you know, keeping this side sealed so water doesn't get in. Now, if you look inside the boot, it goes to about right here before, you know, there's actually an opening right here where you can be like, okay, water can get in there. But when I submerged these in water, water got up to here, right up into here, and then that's when it started coming in. I felt it right away because it's cold. And yeah, my sock was soaked and they're not as waterproof as I thought they would be. So just note that if you're gonna get these boots, the waterproofing isn't 100%. Obviously, if you're just running through puddles and things like that, it works great. But if you're gonna be submerged in some deep water or anything, they're gonna get wet. Your feet are gonna get wet. So they're about waterproof right up to here, okay? Nothing gets through here, nothing gets through this. This is waterproof for sure. It's just as soon as it got over top, it started sinking into, I felt it right here and my top of my foot. And yeah, water definitely gets in. So that is a bit of a bummer with this shoe, especially when you go to buy waterproof, but still for 80 bucks, a little waterproofing, great boot, comfortable, right out of the box. There's barely any break-in period. For somebody who works all day on their feet, like we do in law enforcement, if you're in security, whatever you're doing and you're looking for this type of boot and you're on your feet a lot, you can't go wrong with this boot. Now, I can't tell you what it's gonna be in the long term because I haven't got there yet. But I will come back and give you guys a long-term review. But for now, if you wanna try a new boot, you got 80 bucks, go buy these. I can't not recommend them so far. Like, they're great. It's up to you. Choice is yours. Links down below in the description. Hey, if you guys like this video, smash the like button so it helped me out, get through the algorithm and all that fancy stuff for YouTube, and I appreciate it. And thank you to LA Police Gear for sending these out. I have more products from LA Police Gear coming soon for your review. You guys will be able to check those out. I'm very excited about this journey with LA Police Gear. I think they make fantastic products for a very affordable price for law enforcement, and that is always exciting stuff. Just so you know, expensive doesn't always mean best quality. You can have something from LA Police Gear, like these boots, that are great quality and not so expensive. If you're like me, I like to save some money. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.